When the Model Y first debuted back in 2020, it was right when the pandemic had started. It was hard for many people to see the Model Y in person, and quite frankly, that can be argued for now as well. The delivery times for the Model Y are many months in the future from when you place your order. When you initially take a look at the Model Y, it may look like a bigger Model 3. You may even think what secrets the Model Y could possibly have. Well, with me being able to have a hands-on experience and sit in it and know what it's like for about a few months now, I wanted to show you what I think are the secrets of the Model Y, or things that are not commonly known about it. For those of you that love off-roading, the Model Y has an off-road assist feature. Now, before I go any further, yes, I know the Model Y was not specifically designed for off-roading, and yes, I know that your off-roading vehicle is better at off-roading than the Model Y. Since there are two motors in the Model Y, this enables off-road assist to be able to provide overall improvements when driving off-road. In addition to allowing the wheels to spin, off-road assist balances the torque between the front and rear motors to optimize the traction of the Model Y. Off-road assist improves the traction on both rough and soft surfaces when one side of the vehicle may lose traction while the other side still has traction. Also, when you have off-road assist on, the accelerator pedal provides a more gradual torque. The gradual torque is useful for crawling at low speeds, like rocky surfaces and stuff like that. When you have off-road assist mode on, off-road is displayed at the top of your touchscreen above the driving speed. I personally would not take the Model Y off-roading even though it has this off-road assist feature. I know that some people disagree with calling the Model Y an SUV, and I wouldn't necessarily take a Model Y off-roading, but Tesla is marketing it as a small SUV, and it's nice for them to include a feature like off-road assist, which you would primarily find in an SUV. Let me know in the comments if you use the off-road assist feature in your Model Y, or you plan on using it when you take delivery of yours. The Model Y has an insane 76 cubic feet of storage in the entire car. When the rear seats are folded flat, you can really see this, and it's truly amazing. From the outside of the Model Y, it may not be evident that it has much room of storage inside of it. But once you pop the trunk and fold down the seats, this is where you see the magic happen. Now, the secret storage space that you probably did not know about is right under the front two seats. There's actually quite a large amount of space under here. About 14 inches long and 5 inches wide of space is what we're talking about. The reason for this is that they literally just took the exact seats they use in the Model 3 and put them up on risers in the Model Y. There are actually custom-made inserts that you can buy and put here to place your items in. I'll link them below in the description if you're interested. Not only is the Model Y a very efficient EV, it's also a very practical EV. In addition to the secret storage under the front two seats, you have this compartment in the trunk and these two side compartments next to it. These, along with the front trunk, are great places to store your valuables that you do not want to place inside the regular part of the trunk, where it is potentially visible through the rear windshield and side windows. The built-in full-screen apps that the Model Y has are amazing. The apps like Netflix, YouTube, and Hulu work great. But maybe you want more variety. What do? Well, abettertheater.com has a solution for this. It has ESPN, HBO Go, and even Reddit, just to name a few, along with the standard ones that Tesla gives you. These apps will be streamed in the full screen mode when you are parked. Another secret of the touchscreen is the ability to share an address to your Tesla. If you're using Google Maps, you can share the destination's address to your Tesla by clicking the share button and then selecting the Tesla icon. This is much easier than typing it in the built-in navigation of the Model Y. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. I would really appreciate it. Everyone knows that you can take off the Aero wheel covers of the Model Y if you fancy that look better than when the Aero wheel covers are on. But what you may not know is that you can go into settings and set your Model Y wheel and tire configuration to where it doesn't have the Aero wheels on it. This is basically telling the Model Y they don't have the Aero covers on, and it will calculate its range and efficiency based on that added data. Just tap on the service button and select wheel configuration to let your Model Y know. Tesla has started the production of the Model Y with a massive single rear piece casting. Tesla uses a gigapress in order to do this. The gigapress gives Tesla the ability to do with one machine, which would have previously been done with over 300 robots. Removing the variable of having to perfectly line up many different parts provides for a more consistent chassis and more reliability in the production lines. In recent years, Tesla has focused on making bigger casting parts in order to build bigger parts of its vehicles with single pieces. This both facilitates and streamlines the manufacturing process. In fact, Tesla had to custom make the gigapress in order to carry out this objective of theirs. Moreover, the Model Y is said to have an entire underbody gigapress. Elon tweeted and said it was kind of like making toy cars, and I quote, "With our giant casting machines, we are literally trying to make full-size cars in the same way that toy cars are made." Now, you may be thinking, who cares? Why is this gigapress and single piece so important? Well, the customer won't really notice any difference between a Tesla with a gigapress piece and one that used a traditional method of making a Tesla. However, from a manufacturing standpoint, this makes it simpler for Tesla to create the car. The Tesla Model Y is the first Tesla to use a heat pump. This is used to cool and heat the cabin of the Model Y, and the heat pump improves the overall efficiency of the vehicle. In previous Tesla models, electrical resistance was a method used to do this, and it turned out not to be really efficient. A heat pump basically transfers heat energy from a source of heat into a thermal reservoir. In the case of the Model Y's heat pump, it works the same way, but there's a reserve valve that moves the hot air back inside. The heat pump operates like the refrigerator compressors by moving heat from one place to another. A refrigerator pumps the warm air, the heat energy, out of its interior into its surroundings. It's the same concept for a heat pump in the Model Y. It pumps the energy from its surroundings into the cabin of the Model Y. The heat pump in the Model Y also works in reverse by cooling the interior of the cabin when you turn on the AC. The heat pump has an octo valve that disperses coolant and thermally regulates all of the necessary parts and components that need active cooling. Now, this includes the interior cabin of the vehicle along with both the battery and the motors. The heat pump in the new Teslas give around 3 times the efficiency compared to the previous HVAC system. At first glance, you will notice that the hood part of the frunk of the Model Y looks a bit different than the ones in the Model S and X and the Model 3. This is because of this large piece of plastic. The frunk on the previous Tesla models seemed to have a large amount of space between the actual frunk hood and the bottom of the frunk. This left space for things that you put in the frunk to move around a lot. For liquids, it increased the risk of spillage. Tesla listened to its customers and created a plastic seal to get rid of this extra space. The storage is still the same since the seal does not pass the upper outer lip of the frunk, but it definitely creates a more secure environment for whatever you store in the frunk. This is how it looks like when you close the frunk. You can see how it essentially fills the gap in between the frunk and the hood. Let me know in the comments if you're a fan of the Model Y, or if you didn't know some of these hidden features and secrets of the Model Y. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like if you want to, and be sure to subscribe in order to stay updated on all things Tesla and future videos I'll be posting. Check out my referral link in the description of this video. If you buy a Tesla with my referral link, we will both get 1,000 free miles of supercharging. Also, follow me on Instagram to stay updated on behind the scenes and what it's like living with a Tesla.